Okay, so today's lesson. So we will talk about some more fields today. So fields a little more complicated. Okay, so if I go back to the actor object or any object, application object, right? We discussed the application object last time. You are seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
Good. So we are on the application object. Okay. So here now you see last day we created a lookup. Lookup is a relationship field, and lookup basically stores. What does it store? That field. Anybody wanna give you a try?
Related something that relates with something.
What data does it store? A lookup field. What data does a lookup field store?
Data of parent object.
What is data? Which data? Which data of the parent object?
Generally, it creates a relationship that links this
Yeah.
object to another object.
That's fine, but that's a field, right? So it will have some data.
Yes.
What data?
Standard object. I mean standard. Then custom object, standard object. Both are the actually under those relationship.
That is fine. I am saying that I have an application table, right? Application table has a name column and a account column, right? Let's look at this in this form. If I take an extract of this is how it is looking like, right? There is an ID, then there is a name, and there is an account. If I go to the application tab, I have 4 applications. 2 of them has a relationship with BongBong account. 2 of them don't have any relationship. So you see, 2 of them are blank, and this 2 field is storing something, right? What is this?
ID of Bongo.
ID of BongBong, exactly. So every record in Salesforce has a Salesforce ID, just like you see application. These 4 records have their own IDs, and relationship column basically stores the ID of the parent object record. Clear? So if I now change this to contact, go ahead. Anybody had a question? If I have a first name, last name, contact also has ID. Every record of contact will have ID. See, that is uniquely identifying that record. Apart from that, contact also has a lookup field called account ID. That lookup field is basically storing the ID of the account record. Clear? So if you click this, it will take you to the account record. See, Edge communications, that's the account. So when you are loading data in relationship columns, you have to basically fill it up with Salesforce ID. Okay, that is important to understand. How do I recognize a lookup field? If you open this record, you fill the data here. You see, this becomes a hyperlink. Even if it is storing ID behind the scenes, in the front end, in UI, it will show you the name field. Okay, and it is clickable. If it is clickable, then basically it is an ID field. That means it's either lookup or a master detail relationship. Okay. Now, the other relationship field which we did not discuss yesterday was master detail. So how a lookup and master detail difference? What is the difference between a lookup and a master detail? So there are many differences. So let's see one by one. I will probably show it on Excel sheet. Lookup, master detail. Okay. What are the differences? Okay. First is lookup is by default not mandatory. Okay. You can ignore that field. Just like in application object, we did not fill up any value for 2 of the records, right? So it's not mandatory. Master detail is automatically mandatory. That means you have to fill up the value. Otherwise, it will not allow you to save the record. Clear? First and foremost, you can make a lookup also mandatory. That is different story. But master detail is by default mandatory. Okay. Lookup field. When you create a lookup field, it does not give you the option of creating a roll-up summary field. Okay. Roll-up summary field is not available for parent. Here, whenever you have a master detail relationship, you can create a roll-up summary field in parent object. Clear? So you cannot roll up lookup values. You can roll up master detail. Third reason is if the parent record is deleted, will have no effect on child records. Child records are not automatically deleted. Okay, but here parent record deletion automatically deletes child records. Okay. Fourth, whenever you cannot create, you can create lookup on standard and custom objects. Master detail can only be created on custom objects. You cannot create master detail on standard objects. Clear? You can create a roll up with a standard object. That means your parent can be a standard object, but you cannot create a master relationship on a standard object. Okay, that means child cannot be a standard object. Clear? Fourth, no impact on owner field. Here, whenever you create a master detail relationship on any object, the owner field vanishes. There is no owner field there. And we'll see this happen. Any questions so far on these points? Anybody did not understand anything? We'll go and see all these features. So first and foremost, we'll create a master data relationship on this object. Before that, I want you to have a look again. You see, there is an owner field, right? It's a lookup to user or group. Whenever I will create a new master data relationship, you will see that is going away. I am creating a relationship with a standard object called contact. But I am creating actually the relationship field on my child object, which is a custom object, right? Application. Please remember this. So now I will select contact. This is my parent. So this is also creating a one-to-many relationship, right? That means one contact is now related to many applications. Relationship field creates a one-to-many relationship. Clear? I save it. See, it is asking you cannot create a master data relationship on an existing custom object if a record already exists. You must first create a lookup relationship, populate the lookup field with data in all records, and then change the relationship type to master data. Why is this error message coming? Because I have at least one record wherein the data is missing. Since master data relationship is always mandatory, I cannot create a master data relationship with missing or blank data. Clear? So what I will do, I will go ahead and probably delete all my records. So let's go to application and I will delete the records. Okay, done. Now I will try to create the master detail relationship once again. Master detail also stores Salesforce ID in the backend. It behaves exactly same like lookup, but it has some extra features that we discussed already. See, the owner field is gone now. There is no owner field because now we have a master data relationship with contact. Whenever I have one-to-many relationship from both sides, from two objects, what kind of object is that? We discussed this in our first class. Amit, go ahead.
Sir, if we create a master detail relationship with another object, then this particular object need to be empty. There should be no any record. Then we able to create the master detail relationship with this object.
Yes. You have to either have a empty object, then you can create a master data relationship, or what you can do is that create a lookup field first, fill data for your existing records, and then change that data, change that field type to master data. That is also possible. In that case, you don't have to delete anything. Okay, I will show you how that is changed. Anyway, what is the question? The question is, what is a so this object now, application object, has one relationship with account, another relationship with contact, right? Both is one-to-many relationship. Then this application is what kind of object? So if there is an object which is having one-to-many relationship with two objects, that means he has two parents. Application record now, application object has now two parents. What kind of object is this? Nobody revised the first class?
So is it a mapping table?
Absolutely right. That means, what is the relationship now between account and contact? If there is a mapping table, then what is actually the relationship between the two parents?
Sir, account and contact will have a many-to-many relationship.
That means whenever I have an application object, through the application object now, account and contact has become a many-to-many relationship. Clear? So a child object of two parents is a mapping object, and mapping object creates many-to-many relationship between the parents. Clear? So through account application object, now account and contact has many relationship. Account and contact individually have just a one-to-many relationship, right? Because contact also has a account lookup relationship. That is one-to-many relationship. But here, now we have two relationship fields, which makes it a mapping field, mapping object and mapping object of two parents. That means it is creating actually many-to-many relationship between the parent objects, account and contact here in this case. When both the relationships are master detail, it is called a junction object. If it is two lookup, then it is called mapping, usual normal mapping object. If one is lookup, one is master detail, then also it is called a mapping object. If both there are two fields, which is master detail, that becomes a junction object. Okay, that is also a mapping object, but we call that as a junction object. That is a child of two masters. Clear? So a junction object is also a mapping object, but it has two master detail relationships. Any questions? So let's see the behavior. Here we have one lookup, another master detail. So we will first create some records now, and I will see how account and contact behaves differently, and it does not behave differently. What you can do is that I can go to the account object now, which is a lookup object. I can edit this, and I can make this required. In that case, it will behave as a, you see, when I make it required, it will say it will not allow deletion of lookup records. That's part of a lookup relationship. Okay, so that means, so if there is child record, in that case, it will not allow you to delete this, right? So it is critical for you to make sure that. Anyway, so by default, this is selected. Clear the value of this field. You can't choose this option if you make this field required. Okay, that means that by default, if the lookup record is deleted at that time, in the child record, it becomes blank. So let's see this. It is a default behavior. I will go to account, or I will go to application record. I will just create a new application. See this now. Account is not mandatory, contact is mandatory. So if I click save, it is asking me to fill this value. It is not asking me to fill the account value. Clear? So I can create a Shobhanjit Ghosh. I don't need to select the account record. Okay, because this is a normal lookup field, but I cannot save without selecting the contact record. Clear? So now I select account and I also select both values. So if you see now, the screen is not refreshing. Yeah. So here you see account and contact, both are clickable. If you click on account, it will take you to the account record. If you click on the contact record, it will take you to the contact, actual contact record. So both fields are clickable, right? So that is, it behaves actually exactly the same. In runtime, actually the ID field is replaced with a name field value, and there is a click. It is clickable. This is done by Salesforce automatically on this kind of fields, because ID field is not usable, right? If I put some 18 character here, you will not be able to recognize this is related to which record, right? To make it usable, that ID field is replaced in the screen, not in the backend. Okay. Now let's see what is happening in the backend. If I go and run the query for application record again, let us now create the query record by our own. So what should I type here? Tell me. Anybody? This time I'm not using the field selector. What should I type here so that it will run? Very easy, right? Select ID, name, account. You'll see this account __ C, comma, contact __ C, from application __ C. But I am selecting the values of these columns only. So you have to give the API names of the columns from the name of the object. Simple. So you see, these two records has their own IDs, Salesforce IDs, SFID. They have their auto-generated name. In account object, account field also, I am storing Salesforce ID of account. In contact, I am storing the Salesforce ID of the contact. Clear?
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't understand what happened there. The enter or modify a SOQL query below under this comment. What you write and
So this is the language. This is a querying language. In the query language is written like this: select column 1, column 2, column 3 from object name. This is how it is written. Okay. So here I am replacing column 1 with ID. I want to see the ID value. Column 2 is for me name. Third value is account lookup field. Fourth value is contact lookup field. Both are __ C because these are custom fields. Object name is what? Application object, right? So it is application __ C because application is a custom object. Clear now? So that is when you fire the query, you get to see the records. See, there are 3 records, which is actually this view. Same view, this one. If you like add some values, select fields to display, you will see there are these record ID. If I now add, and I also have created contact, so let's add those. I will bring record ID on the top. Save. Exactly the same view. You see, record ID, name, account, contact. Here in Salesforce, it is not actually showing you the ID of account and contact, because Salesforce automatically replaces that with name field of the actual record, parent record. Clear? Actually, in the background in the database, this is what it is getting stored. But when you're seeing that in Salesforce, it is showing it like this. So if you take an extract or download the data, it will give you the data in like this form. When you are seeing in Salesforce, it replaces that ID with name field of the actual parent record. Clear? Any questions? Okay. So now today, what we will do is that we understood the difference between lookup and parent. Now let's try to change a lookup field, can I make this a master detail field? So you can go ahead and change field types. So now I am asking to change this to a master detail. See, there is error. Why this error? Because there is one field value which does not have any record. So if I make it master detail, it has to have a value. So if I fill now the value here and try again, before trying it again, we will also test how it behaves. So I will go to BongBong account. Sorry, I will go to application account once again. So application number 6, right? Here has two parents, account and contact. I will go ahead and delete Tom Cruise. So I am deleting one parent record. See what happens. If I delete the master detail parent, automatically the child record is deleted. You see? Application 006 is automatically deleted. So that is a cascade delete effect. Now, if I now delete the account, you will again see this is deleted. Still, it is a lookup field. Why it will be deleted? Because if you delete an account, automatically the contact gets deleted. And since contact gets deleted, again this record will get deleted. Okay, not because of directly account getting deleted. Account and contact has a special relationship. Even if it is a lookup, they have a cascade delete effect. And that is the reason why account is deleting contact and contact is basically again cascade deleting this record. So if you go and delete BongBong, there is no record in application because BongBong deleted automatically the BongBong contacts, and since contacts got deleted, this record also got deleted. Clear? But lookup, if it is just a lookup relationship, any record delete will just make it blank, nothing else. Okay, there is no cascade deletion for lookup fields. Now we will go ahead and change this. Done. Now what happened? Application record now is a direct master detail of two parents, two master detail relationship. That means it is now a mapping table, which we will call junction table. Clear? Any questions so far? Okay. Now let us load some values in Salesforce, right? First, let's take some extract from Salesforce. We will use something called a import wizard. If you go there, data import wizard, that can be utilized. This is something which you will see, and you can use a launch wizard. For that, we will need some data. Let's create some data, right? I go to Excel, or you can use Google Sheets, whatever you are using. Okay. Now I will create a new sheet. Blank workspace. I want to fill data in account. What data do I need to provide? What field values? What column should I need to add data?
So the required column.
What is the required column for account?
The required field like account name.
Name field. Anything else I need to? Anything else I need to enter?
ID contact.
ID. ID. What is ID? Which ID are we talking about?
Account ID.
Hmm. Account ID. So you are talking about this ID.
Sir.
Okay. So how will you get this ID? Who creates this?
We
Who,
we have to create records for this ID.
that is what we are trying to do. We want to load some data. So I'm asking, I want to create now 10 accounts, right? How do I create 10 accounts? Instead of going to, this is the job of a system administrator, right? Individual users will create one account at a time. They will go here, they will go new, and they will basically create an account record, right? Let's go and create a test account. Only name field is required, right? For creating an account. But I want to create maybe 10 accounts at one shot. How do I create 10 accounts? Test account is here. I will then go to import wizard. And I have to load record. Right? Same thing, which I opened from there. You can use import wizard. You can go to workbench also. Same thing. It will need a CSV file. That CSV file we are trying to create. So my question is, do I need to give ID field value or not? What do you think?
Yes, sir. I have to put ID field over there.
How will you get that? I have created 10 test accounts. I need to now load this data. So I will go and save this as CSV. Please remember that, comma delimited. Okay, CSV. So I will probably new accounts. New accounts.csv I have created. Here, I go to here, add new records. I can drag and drop, or I can choose my file. New accounts.csv. Next. It is now asking me, how do I map? Right? So let's, it has a error because in the CSV, it is a name field. This is the CSV header, which is a name field. We have to map every column of the CSV with a Salesforce field. So I will change it and I will say this is the account. Clear? Resolved? So whatever value is there in the CSV will now go into the field called account name. Next, one map fields, start import. Records processed. Let's go back to our application object. No, not application, account object. See, 10 accounts got created.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
So actually, if we are going to import the file like CSV file, so we will automatically get the ID over there, right?
Absolutely,
We
because
do
Salesforce creates those IDs. You don't have to provide anything.
Okay, got it, sir.
Now, if you go to this record, you will see there is ID already created by Salesforce. So if you now go to Workbench and you check the ID, comma name, there are 25 records now, and you see 1 to 10 has already got assigned some IDs by Salesforce. So for inserting record in a table, you do not need ID. ID is taken care of by Salesforce. You need to provide the name field values mandatory and any other mandatory field of that object. Clear? How do I import using what is that? This is called Workbench. The same thing. I prefer this one. So probably I will make some changes so that we identify the record. So I will make it 11. I will make it 12. And I will save it. So 11 to 20, I will now import using Workbench. I will go here, insert. I will go to account, choose file, new accounts. Next. Here is the mapper. It's a little complicated seeing in that. So this is very easy to check, right? Here you will see which is the mandatory field in red. So name field needs to be mapped. I will map this to the name CSV header. I have only one column, right? The CSV field, and this is the actual sales field. So I am mapping only one column. There are so many variable fields in account record. I don't care. Map fields. Confirm insert. See, success. 10 more records got created. I go there. Now I see 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Records also got created.
So we can create from Workbench too.
Yes,
Okay.
this is exactly what I showed you. You have to go to data, insert. In fact, Workbench is more powerful.
Okay.
So now we have seen how we can import data into a table, right? So how will I import to a child table? Because when we import to a child table, we have to actually give the data of that child table relationship fields, and relationship it has to be Salesforce ID, right? So let's see. Now let's create a contact file now. What is the field I have to give in a contact? Tell me. What fields should I select in my contact? You guys have not created a single contact till now.
So last name.
Last name is mandatory. Good. I will keep first name, last name. If I ignore the first name, does not matter. What is the relationship field name with for contact? What is the relationship first? Tell me. Contact has a relationship with another standard object, right? Which standard object? And what is the relationship type, field type?
So it has a relation with accounts.
Account, correct. What is the field type?
Lookup, sir.
Lookup. What is the name of the field?
Account.
Account key. Sure. We don't care. In CSV, don't have to be accurate. Let's give it account. So let's create some test. Last name 1. And I will create again 10 contacts. Same first name. Last name is changing. Okay. So I have now 10 contacts I want to create. What will I put in my account?
Contact, sir.
Hmm?
Contact.
What contact? In the account column, what data will I put?
Sir, we have to put the account ID over here.
Where will I get that?
So we can
After up,
Hmm? How will I get that account ID?
so we can get the account ID from the workbench and export it in a CSV.
Great, fantastic. So I can take an extract of account. I will get IDs of all of my accounts and I can put it here. So probably I want this 5 to be under one account and this rest 5 into another account. So I just need two values. Clear? So let's take these two values. Instead of, there are two ways of doing it, relationships. You can also use the name field for your preferences. So let's see. There are two ways of doing this import. One is, maybe I have two accounts, like bongbong2 is one account. The first 5 contacts I will associate with bongbong2. So I can take this ID or take an extract from my workbench or things to get that ID, and I will associate this on that Excel. I will use this a little later. First, I will just use the name field. So this is bongbong. Sorry. So first 5 records I will associate with bongbong. Second 5 contacts probably I will associate with test account. How will I save this file? How should I save this file? Save as
CSV.
CSV.
CSV. Okay, absolutely. Comma delimited. I will say new contacts. Again, you are seeing that I am not putting any ID field because Salesforce will create the ID for this new contact.
So Salesforce only understand a CSV file, right? Any other
Absolutely.
file?
There is no other way of uploading. Only CSV files. Okay.
Okay.
So I can go to contact. I also have a import button here. I can fire this. It will basically have, or you can go to this in setup. You can also do the import wizard from here also. Same thing. So add new records. See, now I am doing this one thing. It's called, you will have a help text, unique values in our database for ID values or email values to help Salesforce determine whether to add new records or update existing record. What is this? We'll discuss this later. So I will first select new contents. You see, match contact by, because we are creating new contacts. There is no need to match anything. I will probably match with a name field. Now, this name matching is only available in import wizard. It is not available in workbench. So every tool has its unique features. So here I'm able to associate without even going to fetch the ID values. So I don't need to do that. You see? So first name got automatically mapped. Last name got automatically mapped because Salesforce was able to map it. If it did not map, you have to add it. Third field, it is showing it's red because I have to map it. I will probably associate with the account name and I will map this and I will do next. When I have imported record process view results, let's see the view results. Why 2 records only? New contact, did I save it? By the way, we'll see what happened. Okay, so let's go back and to our contact. All created, right? And you see 5 contacts got associated to Bong Bong, 5 other contacts got associated to test account, right? So all the contacts was imported correctly. Though in the account ID, I have Salesforce. So Salesforce automatically replaces the name field values with ID fields before inserting. This feature is only available in import wizard. How do I do that in Workbench? I will use the same CSV now. Let's create some more. I will now insert in contact. You see, last name. I also have a first name. And then I have to account ID. That's the name of the field, okay? Because it is storing actually the ID. My CSV record name is 3 columns got mapped. Confirm insert. You see, it is not allowing you to give the name field. It is looking for a Salesforce ID. So I have to now go to this Bong Bong and get this value. Go to here and paste it here. And I have to go to test account. Sorry, yeah, test account. I can copy it from here. And now I copy this. Now I have the Salesforce IDs. When I have this, I can go back to Workbench. I try to insert again. Account ID and first name. 3 fields mapped. Confirm insert. This time it is creating the fields for me. How can I make sure? If you see, the 11, 12, 13 last names are now available.
Sir, whenever we are going to use Workbench, we have to put the Salesforce ID over there, right?
Actual Salesforce ID there. If
But
you are
in Salesforce, we don't need that.
Only in import wizard for account contact relationships. Okay.
Okay.
No, but you can even do that for other relationships. So but other object relationships. So we'll see that. So use the import wizard if you are feeling confident with import wizard, or if you can use the Workbench. I will leave it to you for the assignment which we will talk today. Okay. Before jumping into the assignment, we will talk about 2 more fields. We also need to see how the data updation is done, right? Let's do some data updation. In this contact record, I want to make it like this. I want to change the last names for my existing records. How do I do that? If I upload this sheet, will it work?
No, sir.
What should I? What is needed for me?
We have to delete the accounts also.
No.
I mean, account ID.
Why will I have to delete? My requirement. Let's discuss my requirement also. This is the account records, like which I imported. I want the names to be changed to this. This is my requirement. How can I do this? by importing data. There are two steps. One is you will need the record ID. For updation, you must have record ID. The easiest form is to go here and do a query. I go to the account, I will have ID and name, and I will download this as CSV. Okay, I downloaded this file. What is it have? I will say account update. Okay. Let's open this in Excel. You see, it has only two columns, ID and names. I will keep only those rows which I want to change. Rest I don't want, so I will remove this. Okay. Anything which I want to change, I will keep. Maybe I want to update these values. So I will probably go and start with 1. This is the new account name of these records, and I will save this. I did not do any change on the test account. I just probably make something else. I will make it test account X. So these are the accounts. I will change the names. If you want to change any other values, put those columns here. But please remember, ID is a must. Without ID, you cannot update records. I will go there, update record. Choose file, account update. Next, you see ID field is mapped, and I am only mapping name field. These are the two fields I have needed, and ID field is must. You see, all this got updated. So what will I do? I will go to account, and I will see all this my accounts got updated. Very easy, right? There is an added function in Salesforce and Workbench everywhere. You will see upsert. What is upsert? Upsert is doing insert and update together in one sheet. So if you go there and create 5 more accounts, and I don't want to give any IDs here because ID will be generated by Salesforce. If I use this same and I will upsert, if you run the update, it will not work because update will definitely want an ID. But if I am doing an upsert, anything on which I will not get a or not give a ID will be created. So if you see this, you see this record got updated, and there are some records which got created because there was no ID. So Salesforce automatically can update and create records in one operation itself using upsert. Clear? How do I delete it? I will use the same Excel. I don't have IDs for this. Delete operations also require ID. Let me keep this. I will use the same sheet. And I will now delete. So I will go back to the delete, choose file. I should rename this to account delete, but anyway, you see only ID is required, nothing else. Map fields. There are two things which we will discuss now. Let us keep it right now. So you see these records got deleted. So now if I go to account, you see the test accounts gone. Only these 5 new upsert records which I created, it is only there. Rest is finished. Deleted. But actually it is not deleted hard delete. That means you can bring those deleted record back. For 10 days is getting stored in Salesforce's recycle bin. Clear? How to bring this is undelete. I will choose the same and I will bring those back. Confirm undelete. When I do confirm undelete, if I now refresh this page, you see those records are back. So it has been brought back or restored from recycle bin. Salesforce recycle bin, not your machine's recycle bin. Okay. I can go back and permanently delete also. If I go and just like shift delete in Windows, right? We have, so you can delete record forever also. If I either check this one, permanently hard delete, or first first bring them into recycle bin and then do a purge. Purge means deleting from recycle bin. So I will use the same file. The second step is confirm purge. That means it is removed from recycle bin. If it is purged, then you cannot undelete. You see, if you try to do undelete, it will now say entry is not in recycle bin because you have purged it, permanently deleted. Now you cannot restore it back. So now if you in your account only there are 5 records. Rest has been cleaned. Clear? Any questions so far? Okay. So now, when using Workbench, the name field can be utilized. But what if the name field is not unique? I have many accounts which are with the same name. Possible, because account can have duplicates. In that case, you will not be able to use the name field, right, to create relationships. In that case, what is the unique field you have to use to create a relationship that can be done in Salesforce? We call this external ID. So let us see this in an example. I will now upload data into application record, and I will create a I will load data to account and contact both. Maybe I have to create, which is the, I think the both are master detail lives. So a little complicated. So let me load data in contact in a different way. So let me create some Excel sheet again from scratch. I have an Excel sheet. I am extracting data from my old CRM, and I want to load data, account and contact. So in account, I have name. This is my account sheet. And this is contact. In my old system, I already have a serial number. Let me create some test accounts again. My serial number is something like A100. Test account 100. I will create 10 records, and these also have a serial number. Okay, that I'm bringing data from my old system. Now, with Salesforce IDs, what will happen if I am not able to match through names, because probably two names are the same? That will become difficult for me. So how do I uniquely create a relationship and using unique IDs? But this ID, right now, what I have to do, I have to upload this data into account. Then I have to download the data to get the Salesforce IDs. Then I have to go to contact. Okay. And in account, I have to put that Salesforce ID, right? Yes. Last name. If I am doing it for one record, it is fine. But few records is fine. But if it is hundreds of records I have to upload, it is very difficult to work, right? Instead, I want to do something like this. I want to use this serial number because I already know about this. I will put this because this is unique, and I will use this one for the next two. Right? My data is already in this form. If I can get that, can I use this way of doing load one by one and also creating relationship? Yes, this is possible. For this, we have to do something before we do an upload. So let's go back. In the account, I will create a new field, which is called a text field. And I will call this serial number. It can have maximum 256 characters. Let's use it all. I make it unique. Yeah. It is very important that this field will work as an external ID. And that's why I will use this. This is very important. This checkbox is absolutely important. This will give this text box some additional features. So what is the features? Sorry, 255 characters. So I have created an external ID field, which is called serial number. And the two account fields, which will be used. So now my serial number is already in place. I have to close Workbench and open it once again because I am creating new fields. Whenever you create new fields, it will not be available till you again log in. Okay. So let me do a query on account. What is account? 20 records. Now I will insert one by one these values. Okay, so let's create. First, I will go to account record. I will save as. I will go to CSV. I will say external. So external accounts is saved. Let me go and look because CSVs can only have one sheet. Okay, so please verify it before you say only one sheet. The other sheet is gone. So now I will go and probably the second sheet has to be copied to another Excel sheet. Where was my sheet? Oh, I did not save it. Anyway, so I will create another Excel sheet. CSV file, sorry. First name. And external accounts, I will use this. So we'll copy this for first 5 records. And I will do some copy this. And I will save this as external contacts. CSV, very important. So now I have two CSVs I have created, right? External accounts, external contacts. Let us load this one by one. First, I will go to account. I'll choose file, external accounts. What should I need to map? The name field and the serial number. I created a serial number field. Where is my serial number? Here is my serial number field. Right? Map fields, confirm insert. 10 fields got created. If I go to my accounts, you see, this has been created. If you want to see the external ID, serial number, you can add this. And save. You see, these records have got my serial number. Second step is loading contacts. I will go back. This time, I'm not fetching any Salesforce IDs and stuff, right? I don't care. I will choose external contacts, insert, next. What I have to choose? Name. Sorry, am I loading account? Yeah, I'm back. I should choose contacts. Choose file, external contacts, first name, last name. Here is my last name already mapped. First name, map it, account ID. Now I am using external ID. Does it automatically allow me to use this field? Let me see. Confirm insert. See, I am facing the same problem. So how do I now use that external ID? You just need to do one more step. That's it. When you are loading this, you have to tell Salesforce what I am providing is not the actual Salesforce ID. I'm providing the external ID of account. Please replace these values with Salesforce IDs and do the insert. That all instruction is given using this smart lookup. So if I now use the first name, last name, and map fields, confirm insert, contacts are created. So let's jump into the first account. You see, 5 contacts were created. That's how it works. So if you are now seeing the contacts, you see those contacts are getting created. So without using Salesforce ID and name field, you can also do relationships. And that for that, you need to create external ID. Please remember, external ID has to be created on parent side. External ID is not created on the child side. Child side, if you are using, again, that's that. If that is a parent for another object, then you will be able to use it. Okay. So please remember, external ID has to be created on the parent side in order to uniquely understand which is the parent I am trying to associate with. Okay. Few more record types, and then we'll end our session, and we'll go to the assignment. So there are a few record types which is still left. Let's talk about field types. Let's talk about that. We have created a master detail relationship now, right? Which allows us to create a roll up on any field of child to the parent, right? Like in the account, I want to see how many applications are there or application has been created for the account. Just a count of the application. So what I can do, I will go to account object, field and relationship. Roll up summary is created on the parent side. Okay. If you have a master detail child, then only. So here is the roll up summary. What you will see? Account number. Oh, sorry, application numbers. Application number. It summarizes a child object. What child object? I am summarizing application. What I'm doing, I am counting, only count of number of records. You can also do sum, min, or max on any field of account object. We'll go and discuss this later. So next, right? I have created a total number of contacts. So let's see. I will go back to account normal 2. This time I will create some applications. First actualization. Second application. If I go to now details tab, you will see a new field called application number, and it is counting. It is showing you the count. If I now add this another, I go back to details, it is showing me application number is 3. It is auto updating, right? So it is kind of a formula field, which is summarizing. Okay, I can also summarize a field value. So let's summarize this again. I will go to application object again. I will create a new numeric field which I can summarize. I will say I will create a currency field, and I will see application fee. Right? I have created a new thing. What now I will do, I will go back to Bongbong. Instead of application number, I want to see the application now total amount value, right? So I will go back to account. I will create another formula field, another roll up summary field. To now roll up this field value, it will show me application total application fee. Again, I am summarizing application, but this time I'm doing a sum of which field? Application fee. Save. Now let's go back again to my Bongbong. If I go back to these records, let's fill up some values here. I will edit it. This time I am seeing a application fee, 100. What should I see in my that field? Total application fee. Anybody? Are you following the class?
So the summation of all the application fees
Summation.
for
How much? How much will that be? 100, 200, 300. I have given 3 values, right? What will show up in Bongbong 2? What value will show up in Bongbong
600.
Clear? So it is automatically summing it up, adding it all, and showing it to. So that is the benefit of a roll-up summary field. You can create roll-up summary field on the parent side only if your child is a master detail. You cannot do this in lookup relationships. Clear? Let's create the last field, application field. This time I am doing something else. I want to see what is my contribution to the total application fee. That means every record of application will show up a contribution. Okay, what is the contribution? I will create a new field, and this time I will see a percentage. I want to see a percentage. Percentage of what? Contribution percentage. Yeah, it can be, let's keep it a round figure. Sorry, what I am doing. This time I am using something called a formula. And you see, formula field by default is read only. Okay, you cannot enter values in a formula field. So it is percentage contribution. That is my field name. I am selecting a percentage type of field, and it can be 2 decimal place. Let's keep it. The formula field can return these things. So formula field can calculate based on these values. We can also have a currency, but I am making it a little complicated for you guys because you are already experienced in work. So what field should I use? You see, percentage contribution equal to will become the actual percentage of the total amount. What amount did I like contribute to the total like total contribution? So total contribution is where I will get the total contribution of all the applications. Come on, we just created that field.
So like 100 divided by 600, like
Yes, that's fine. But where will I get 600? Where can I get that value?
Add that application fee, the total application fee.
total application fee.
That field is in which object? Give me one second. হ্যাঁ বল চলছে হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ total application fee is on which object?
Account object.
Account object. So I will probably have to do an advanced formula to insert a field from my account object. You see, in application, if you have this angular bracket, then it is actually going inside that. So you have to, this is a lookup relationship or master detail, then only you will go inside. So from account, I will select the total application fee. See how it is showing up? Account __ r dot field minus. First, I have to take a difference, right? What is the second field? I have to use the application fee. Application __ since this field we are creating on application object itself. If I am using any field of application object, I don't need a relationship. But if I am using any field from the parent object, then I have to do this one __ r. Clear? So now this is the difference. Let's keep a bracket divided by. Again, I will use this copy and paste. Right? So this will show me the contribution, isn't it? What did I contribute? Total application. I mean, total application minus the application contribution. It is basically the difference of what is the difference percentage which is left over, right? So now let's see what is. It is not actually the contribution. We will discuss the contribution later. So let's see the difference amount first. So now I have created a formula field of creating a percentage. If I now go back to account and individually look at those records, you see there is a percentage automatically getting calculated. It is basically a left difference percentage rather than application percentage. Contribution percentage. What would be a what is the correct formula for a contribution percentage? Give me help. Tell me, anybody who wants to give it a try. How will I show that? What is the amount contribution this application fee has to the total?
So the application fee divided by total application.
Absolutely, as simple as that. So I will just remove this part and I will save it. And if I now go back to this record, refresh, it will show me actual percentage contribution. Clear? What we did first is basically difference contribution. What is leftover contribution? But this is actually the correct formula for the contribution percentage. It's simple formula. What is that fee divided by the total fee? That's it. That's the percentage contribution. Clear? You can also show difference directly. Then in that case, the formula field would be a currency field. Clear? We'll stop recording. Now we'll jump into assignments.